We're all looking at the same thing. Thank you for joining us for another perspective from the Sag Nasty If Anybody Asks Me podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment. For more videos, please subscribe to the channel. Or don't. Just sit back, say nothing, do nothing, and watch as we bare our souls to you. We got it from here. Sag Nasty.
So a good 4 years of my life was pretty bad. You know, I lived with my pit bull in an apartment that didn't have electricity or anything. Yeah.
Oh man. So you go through all that. What's the rehab experience like?
Horrible.
That's what so many people say.
Yeah, I actually the next time that I ended up having to go to rehab, I did it on my own with my family. Because I didn't like the whole rehab situation. I did like 3 days of detox at first, and I don't know, it's like in case you didn't for 1 minute you wanted to forget you were a drug addict, they definitely would remind you every second you were a drug addict, like,
Oh, preach.
yeah, you know, and you're in a hospital bed, a small room with 2 hospital beds, you know, you have like one person going crazy and bawling and throwing things, and you're like laying in this bed, and I'm like, what the hell? And
Yeah.
like it was all like playing like games, and it's just I didn't find it effective. The only way I found it effective was they were giving me medicine to help me, but I didn't learn much from it. But I learned when I got out of there, I had gone to like outpatient rehab and addictionists at U of M and stuff, and they were very helpful. But then, you know, I got a job at a chiropractic office as like a chiropractic assistant, making decent money. And then I kind of stopped going to those people.
Okay. And then what?
And then I was okay until I needed a coping mechanism.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And that was my problem. I was like, I've learned now from these groups how to deal with it. I'll just count to 5 or something, like they told me, or I'll color. Hell no, that doesn't work. When you're under a bunch of stress, I'm not gonna color a picture. I mean, come on. Like my stepdad just smacked my mom across the face. Hold on, let me draw a picture. No, that's not how that's gonna work.
It's not gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah, so which it's very surprising, because when I got out of rehab, I had to obviously move in. I lost my apartment because I was an idiot. So I got evicted. So I had to move back in at home. And at first, which was about the nicest thing, because me moving in caused my stepdad to move to Detroit because he didn't want to live in a house with me. And my mom wasn't gonna leave her kids. So they ended up divorcing. They got back together though later on.
Jeez. Why did not to interrupt you, why do you think they stayed together so long? It seems maybe related to something deeper.
My mom still struggles with the fact that my dad left. My mom will still say every day, you know, if me and your dad were still married, I bet you we would all be up north right now, enjoying a holiday. Because I mean, my life would have been completely different. You know, I probably would have went away to college. I would have, I mean, I think my life would have been normal. And I think it was just when he left her, she got cancer too. And so my stepdad swooped in like he could save the day, and he took over her finances. So towards the last 10 years, it was because my mom didn't think she could afford it. She didn't have money to. So she was happy actually when he left, because it was me, her, and my little brother. in this house. So it was nice because
Mm-hmm.
we all got along great. And
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't needing drugs or anything.
Wow.
And then, yeah, so I wasn't taking drugs. I was doing good. I was being sober. And then my stepdad ended up having like a heart attack or something. So then my mom moved down to Detroit to help him for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it never came back. And that pissed me off really bad. And so to get back at him, I was like, well, I'm just going to do drugs. Fuck you guys. So that's what I did. And, but this time I was getting stuff off the street. So it wasn't like, oh, you're taking Vicodin. It got to be, oh, you're taking, crack and heroin. And that's like a totally different, yeah. So a good 4 years of my life was pretty bad. I lived with my pit bull in an apartment that didn't have electricity or anything. Yeah, I would shower like I'd go in a gas station and just like do it real quick.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was staying like behind St. Mary's Hospital, like in an abandoned type of house. So it wasn't like nice. But I had a car, so a lot of the people who sold drugs in that time liked me a lot because I could be their driver. So I got a lot of free drugs, which was nice. Yeah. So finally, I just I was pretty close to death. Like I was at the point where I was like, I either want to if I'm gonna overdose, let's just do it. Let's just get it out of the way and just, I don't have anything except my dog, which I love to death. And luckily I put it to him to saving me because as I was about to like shoot up way too much drugs.
And you knew it.
Kind of popped. And I knew it. Like I knew this is it.
So when people OD, you think a lot of times they know.
Well, not recently because there's so much mixed in that shit. But I definitely think a lot of people who OD probably did it on purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't like.
It's kind of like, F it, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. If it happens, it happens. And I know to the families, they say, oh, that had to have been accidental. Because most drug addicts don't reveal their real self to anybody. That's just how we are. I mean, that's a big demon that nobody's going to like. So we try to keep it at bay within us. But I guarantee you a lot of the accidental overdoses, a lot of these overdoses we hear about, unfortunately, of kids that we'd gone to school with, a lot of it, I think, was probably, they just were over it. I mean, it's not a fun
alcohol,
life.
You can see the same thing where you're just like, I'm just going to just chug this whole fifth and you're going to like suffer from it. But imagine if that's a drug and a needle or something like that, or a snort, a line or something like that,
Yeah,
okay.
you're just like, I'm over it. If it happens, it happens. I don't have anything anyway.